Hey there, fact seekers, and welcome to Daily Dose of Facts. Today we're diving into history's most baffling enigmas, those unsolved mysteries that keep you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. We're talking about people, places, and things that have seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving behind nothing but questions. So grab your magnifying glass and get ready to explore the stories of those who disappeared without a trace. From vanished ships to missing persons, these are the top 10 unsolved mysteries that continue to haunt us to this very day. Coming in at number 10, we've got a legend, a pioneer, a woman who dared to touch the sky, Amelia Earhart. Picture this, 1937, the world's on the brink of war. But all eyes are on Earhart as she attempts to become the first woman to circumnavigate the globe in her Lockheed Electra 10E. The journey was ambitious, fraught with danger, and sadly cut tragically short. Somewhere over the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan vanished. Despite a massive search effort, no trace of Earhart, Noonan, or their aircraft was ever found. Theories abound, each more intriguing and unsettling than the last. Did they crash and sink? Were they captured by the Japanese? Did they survive on a remote island? It's a mystery that's captivated historians and conspiracy theorists for decades. Whatever happened, Amelia Earhart's disappearance remains a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of exploration. Next up at number 9, we set sail on a tale that's equal parts eerie and baffling, the strange saga of the Mary Celeste. Imagine this, December 4th, 1872. The British-American merchant brigantine DEI Gratia spots the Mary Celeste drifting aimlessly, looking like a ghost ship. Boarding the vessel, the crew of the DEI Gratia found something truly bizarre. The Mary Celeste was completely deserted. The lifeboat was gone, but the cargo was untouched. The crew's belongings were still in their quarters, and there was even a half-eaten meal on the table. The mystery of the Mary Celeste has captivated maritime enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists for over a century. What happened to the crew? Did they stage a mutiny? Were they attacked by a giant squid? Or did some unknown force compel them to abandon ship in a hurry? At number 8, we delve into the shadowy world of organized crime with the disappearance of one of America's most powerful and controversial labor leaders, Jimmy Hoffa, July 30th, 1975. Hoffa, once the head of the powerful Teamsters Union, tells his family he's meeting with a couple of associates at a restaurant in suburban Detroit. He never returns. The FBI launches a massive investigation, suspects are grilled, leads run dry, and theories run rampant. Was Hoffa targeted by his rivals within the Teamsters? Did the mafia finally silence him? Despite countless tips, searches, and even a few digs at suspected burial sites, Hoffa's remains have never been found. His disappearance remains a cold case, a chilling reminder of the power and reach of organized crime. Now for our number 7 spot, we're going way back to the late 16th century to unravel one of the oldest and most perplexing mysteries in American history, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. Imagine this, 1587, the New World, a time of exploration, colonization, and vanishing settlers. Over 100 men, women and children, led by John White, establish a colony on Roanoke Island off the coast of present-day North Carolina. When White returns 3 years later, he's met with an eerie silence. The colony is deserted. The only clue to the colonists' fate is a single word carved into a fence post, Croatoan. What happened to the lost colonists? Did they fall victim to disease, starvation, or conflict with Native American tribes? Did they integrate with the local Croatoan people, or was something more sinister at play? Fast forward to the 21st century and we find ourselves facing a chillingly modern mystery at number 6, the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight MH370, March 8, 2014, a Boeing 777 carrying 239 passengers and crew takes off from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, en route to Beijing, China. Less than an hour into the flight, MH370 vanishes from radar screens. No distress signals, no mayday calls, just an eerie silence and a gaping hole in the sky where a plane carrying hundreds of souls used to be. The disappearance of MH370 sparks one of the largest and most technologically advanced searches in aviation history. Despite years of searching and numerous theories ranging from mechanical failure and pilot suicide to hijacking and even meteor strikes, the fate of MH370 remains a haunting enigma. Governments and organizations from around the world join forces, combing through satellite data, radar readings, and ocean currents, desperate for any scrap of information that could lead them to the missing plane. Coming in at number 5, we have a story that not only highlights a heartbreaking disappearance, but also marks a turning point in how we address missing children. It's the tragic case of Etan Patz. May 25, 1979. 6-year-old Etan Patz disappears from the streets of New York City. He was walking to his school bus stop alone for the first time, a seemingly ordinary morning that would forever alter the lives of his family and countless others. Etan's disappearance sends shockwaves through the nation. His face, frozen in time on missing posters, becomes a symbol of every parent's worst nightmare. In 2012, a break in the case leads to the arrest and conviction of Pedro Hernandez, a man who confessed to luring Etan into the basement of the bodega where he worked and killing him. However, Hernandez's confession is later called into question, and with no physical evidence linking him to the crime, doubts linger. At number 4, we delve into the world of literature and mystery with the baffling disappearance of Ambrose Bierce, an American writer known for his darkly satirical wit and tales of the macabre. Imagine this. It's 1913. The Mexican Revolution is raging, and Bierce, a man who'd stared death in the face during the Civil War, decides to embed himself in the chaos. He travels to Mexico, joins Pancho Villa's army as an observer, and sends dispatches back to American newspapers chronicling the brutality and absurdity of war. Then, silence. Bierce's letters stop, his movements become a mystery, and he vanishes from the face of the earth, leaving behind a legacy of haunting prose and unanswered questions. Coming in at number 3, we find ourselves on the remote and windswept Flannan Isles, a cluster of rocky outcroppings off the coast of Scotland, home to a solitary lighthouse and a mystery that chills to the bone: the disappearance of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers. Picture this. December 1900, a raging storm lashes the islands, waves crash against the cliffs, and the wind howls like a banshee. When the storm finally subsides, a supply ship approaches the lighthouse, but something is amiss. There's no sign of life, no welcoming light, just an eerie silence hanging heavy in the salty air. The relief keeper rows ashore, climbs the stone steps of the lighthouse, and finds the door locked from the inside. He forces his way in and discovers a scene that sends shivers down his spine. The place is deserted. The beds are unmade, a half-eaten meal sits on the table, and the logbook's final entry hints at a terrifying storm. But of the 3 keepers, there's no trace. Number 2 on our list needs little introduction. It's a region shrouded in myth, legend, and more than a few conspiracy theories: the Bermuda Triangle. This area of the North Atlantic Ocean, often depicted as a triangular zone stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has become synonymous with unexplained maritime disappearances. Ships vanishing without a trace, planes disappearing from radar screens, compasses spinning wildly, and strange electromagnetic anomalies. The stories are as varied as they are unsettling. From the unexplained disappearance of Flight 19, a group of 5 Navy bombers that vanished during a routine training mission in 1945, to the USS Cyclops, a Navy collier that went missing with over 300 souls on board in 1918, the Bermuda Triangle has swallowed its fair share of vessels and their passengers. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle is a tapestry woven from countless threads of maritime mystery, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and endless speculation. And finally, we arrive at our number 1 spot, a case that's as recent as it is baffling: the disappearance of Maura Murray. This 21-year-old nursing student vanished on a cold February night in 2004, leaving behind a trail of breadcrumbs that led nowhere, and a mystery that continues to captivate and confound to this day. February 9th, 2004. Maura Murray, a student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, crashes her car on a snowbank on a desolate road in Haverhill, New Hampshire. A passing motorist stops to help, but when police arrive minutes later, Maura is gone, her belongings still in the car, the scene eerily undisturbed. No witnesses, no signs of a struggle, no indication of where she might have gone. Maura's disappearance is as perplexing as it is heartbreaking. Theories abound, each more intriguing and unsettling than the last. Did she flee the scene of the accident, trying to escape personal problems? Was she the victim of a random crime? Or did she choose to vanish? starting a new life under a new identity. There you have it, fact seekers, the 10 most mysterious disappearances in history. Which one baffles you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more intriguing content from Daily Dose of Facts. Until next time, stay curious,